Hello class and welcome to NUR 312 Health Assessment of Individuals Populations. My name is Diane Morrison. I will be your instructor for this class and I look forward to meeting you online. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the class so that you can come prepared to the question and answer session, which is going to be held either the first or second week of the class. It is a good idea to watch this entire video. It is less than 15 minutes so that you could get a good idea of what to expect. This class is about assessing groups of people and populations, and we've also included information and assignments and exams on hemodynamics and emergency preparedness. So going down the home page, this is your course syllabus. Always important to read your course syllabus. As you can see, my name and phone, it is my cell number is listed, and my email address. I do have office hours on Monday and Tuesday morning between 8 and 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, or if that time doesn't work, please email me and we can set a different time where we can discuss any thoughts or questions or concerns that you may have. Please note that I am on I'm either on Eastern Standard Time or Central Standard Time. So at times I'm 1 to 2 hours ahead of you, and please keep that in mind if you are trying to contact me, especially if I'm on Eastern Time. If you call me at 7, that's 9 o'clock my time. So I'd appreciate calls no later than 6 or 7 Mountain Time. Scrolling down, you will see your prerequisites and your course learning outcomes, which will be integrated throughout the discussions and all your assignments. You are to be using the APA 7th edition, so please make sure that you are aware of the differences. The two biggest differences I see, and I see this has not been edited out of this, which is a good example, is we no longer put the city or state of the publisher. So whenever you're using a textbook, this no longer will be found in there. And the other one is in the references, when you're using a journal article, we no longer use the words retrieved from. You just put the website in. These are your sources to go to the library. However, you can also just, if you go back to the side, there's LRN Library, which is a quick jump right into the library where you can find your references that you need for your scholarly discussions and your assignments. These are the different websites you can use. And IT support, you can contact Jeff or Ron at support at Eaglegate College, Provo College EDU, I should say, and they will get back to you with any concerns that you might have. So, general course policies, again, we believe in being ethical people, and any kind of cheating is considered unethical. So you do not want to do that. One area would be plagiarism, and that is intentional or unintentional plagiarism. Intentional plagiarism is knowingly copying someone else's work and putting it into your own words, whether it's something from the discussion board or from another resource, and then you don't cite who you took that from. That would be considered plagiarism. Unintentional is you didn't realize you were doing it. However, either one of those, if you are found to have done that, can be counted as an offense, and you would have you would receive a zero for an assignment, and then that would go in your record. So please be really careful about that. In addition, when you're doing your work, whether it's discussions or assignments, you only want to have less than 20% of your work in quotes. It's easy to figure out if you take your discussion and it's 100 words and you have more than 20 words quoted, you'd be breaking the 80-20 rule. So keep that in mind when you're adding quotes to your discussion threads. I think it's a good idea to paraphrase, and that means putting what you read into your own words. And we do have tools on the modular page that will help you with that. So please take time to understand that, look at that, and then if you still have question about it, please let me know. It's very difficult as an instructor to give a 0 on an assignment because it was plagiarized. It's heartbreaking. So I'm asking you now to please be aware of the consequences of not citing correctly or taking someone else's work and using it as your own. All right, enough on that. We'll move to professionalism, and that is we are in a career that we are considered professionals. So part of that is being prepared, getting your assignments in on time, taking responsibility for your actions, and showing courtesy to others in this online class. As you know, we do have a late work policy. So if it is an assignment, you know that it is due on Sunday evening, 11:59 Mountain Time. If it is turned in anytime after that for up to 3 days, you will receive a 10% grade reduction each day. So the first day would be 10%, the second day would be 20%, and the third day would be 30%, and after that you would receive a 0 for the assignment. We do not allow redos or extra credit, so please remember that when you submit an assignment, and this is underlined, you need to submit it in the correct format. So always double check what your assignment looks like when you turn it in. Is that what you meant to do? Is that the correct paper? Because if it is not, and I would be correcting papers and notice it may be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, it could be resubmitted, but it would fall under the late policy. So again, you do not want to have that occur. Attendance, as you know, just means you're showing up in class. So we take attendance on Monday and Thursday. And on Monday, we look at were you there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And on Thursday, we look to see if you've attended Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Attending means you've submitted a discussion, you've replied to a discussion, somehow you were in the class at that time. Please also remember this, you cannot post to the discussion threads any earlier than Sunday. If you do, you do not receive any credit for that week's discussion. So please be aware of that. I know sometimes you're trying to be organized, and that's great, but that is one of the guidelines for this class. Going down, I'll cover this briefly. Incivility means that you are treating everybody with respect on the discussion board. All right, I will go down now to what is expected in this class. So you have your weekly discussions, 2 each. Please note that in the discussions, many times we have more than one question. So you will be assigned a question based on your last name. So I believe this first week in discussion 1, you will note that there are 4 questions and you will be answering the assigned question. You have 2 assignments, the Healthy Lifestyle Assessment assignment, which is in week 2, and I will go over that in the recorded meeting that we hold, or the question and answer session that is held at the beginning of this class. And then you have a Health Illness Belief Assessment, and that is due week 4, and I will have a video about how to do that. You have 2 fairly good size quizzes, one on hemodynamics and dialysis and one on emergency preparedness. And the purpose of these is to help prepare you for the NCLEX, as the more questions research shows that you do, the better off you are prepared to take those tests. So it's also a good measure of how much you know at this point and where you need to go to add to your knowledge base. As far as the discussion threads, there have been a few changes within the last year. I'm sure you are all aware of those, but you need to include in the discussion posts a scholarly reference that is not is within 5 years. If you do not, you would lose 2 points for that. And you need to also have a matching citation to that reference. So please keep that in mind. Under contributions to learning, make sure you're answering all parts of the discussion question. Many times there's one discussion question, but we're asking you to look at it in 2 or 3 ways. So make sure that you are answering it in that you answer it completely and that you have a minimum of 250 words. That does not include the reference or citation or any part of the discussion question that was posted. So please make sure you have 250 words and make sure that you do not have more than 20% quotes, as that would result in a 0. So just double check that before you submit your assignment. Netiquette means you're being respectful to each other. Remember to always address your classmate or instructor by a name. So start out your post with hello, Susan, or you can call me Instructor Morrison, and start from there. Otherwise, you would lose a point. When it comes to grammar and mechanics, you have to make 2 errors to lose 1 point. However, many times my students make only 1 error, but I put the feedback in, so please make sure you're reading the feedback so you can make those changes for the future. And you need to submit your discussion by Wednesday and then reply in 2 different days to get all the posts or the criteria in here. So that basically is an overview of this class. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I will be holding a meeting in one of the first week or second week of the class. It depends on the schedule, but make sure that you can attend that. And also make sure that you add to the Eagle Gate Cafe so I can get to know you. In the past, we had used Padlet, but we're breaking away from that and just answer this discussion question. It's not the same as you have in the past, and I'd love to see a picture of you because that way I can put a name and a face together. And then remember, in the discussions, if you have any questions, please ask your questions here because that way your classmates will know the answer. So they might have had the same question. And then in your discussion, I will show you this week's discussion. It does have a multiple discussion questions, so you will be assigned to a group. This has not been updated, but it would look like this. Your last name starts with a letter, so please be aware of that. Again, welcome to this class. I look forward to working with you. I think you'll find this class adds to your knowledge base and helps you become an even better critical thinker than you are already as you grow in your nursing education and reach your goal of becoming a BSN. So I will see you online.